Wow, one day you looked up and it was just there, staring you in the face. The dad belly making it harder to see the family jewels, and the Puda obscuring the details and making you lose several inches of your stroke. But no worries, because today I am giving you the fastest way to shred your Puda, that puffy upper D area, and the belly fat that has replaced that toned belly that used to be there. So you can gain some length and get your energy, your drive, and your stamina up, up, up. Listen, I'm Dr. Rachael, and every week is Hard Week on my channel, where my goal is to help 100 million men get hard for free. Now head over to eage.me if you haven't already. Calculate your true erection age to get started and to track your progress. Now listen, when your belly gets big, it doesn't just sit there. You know, although it can be cute, what it does to your body is not cute. That belly is active, it's angry, and it's toxic. It literally pumps out inflammatory chemicals that damage your blood vessels, making it difficult and making them unable to produce nitric oxide and unable to properly widen or dilate to accept massive levels of blood flow. Belly fat can also start to make your body more feminine. Yeah, because it increases an enzyme called aromatase. Aromatase literally takes your testosterone and turns it into the female hormone called estrogen. Belly fat creates insulin resistance, which also damages blood vessels and reduces blood flow. And listen, that extra fat in the middle seems harmless, but a big belly literally squeezes the life out of your erection. In fact, a male aging study found that men with a waist size greater than 40 inches had twice the risk of ED compared to guys with a waist size less than 37 inches. Taking it one step further, a study in the Journal of Urology found that for every 1 inch your waist grows, your risk of having ED increases by 10%. So in order to get that stamina back, that energy back, you have to shred the belly fat and shred that Puda. So let's shred that belly fat quickly and without a ton of hard to keep up with exercises. You know, it's very simple. In order to lose belly fat most expeditiously, I use that word, you need to do these 3 key things. 1, you have to recharge your cells by repairing your mitochondria. 2, you have to ditch the restrictive dieting. And 3, you need to boost nitric oxide naturally. Now, when you do all 3 of these things together, you'll start to very quickly see gains in length, stamina, drive, and energy because you're shredding the belly and growing your size without spending hours at the gym. Listen, we're discussing how belly fat stole your erectile thunder, and now we'll get into how to quickly get it back. Now, your mitochondria is the energy source for your cells. It provides energy to us. Think of it as the motor or the engine. Now, your car is not going anywhere with a faulty engine, right? And your body's the same way. But the cool thing is your mitochondria are like rechargeable batteries. And with the right actions, you can start recharging them surprisingly fast so that stubborn belly fat can start their shredding journey. Now, here is your recipe for quick mitochondria reset and repair. First, intermittent fasting. Yes, it triggers a cleanup or a recycling of the old damaged mitochondria. It's a process called autophagy and mitophagy. And what it does is it actually starts within 24 to 72 hours. You feel the benefit fast. So try eating within that 8 to 12 hour window only. For example, eat between the hours of 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and fast for the rest of the time. No eating during that time. The next is cold exposure. Cold exposure is immediate. A cold shower can stimulate what's called mitochondrial biogenesis, where your body makes new, more efficient mitochondria. So you begin to feel the surge of energy almost immediately, and the repair starts immediately. So just start out with 30 seconds of cold water at the end of your shower, and boom. Next, eat magnesium-rich greens and fruits like avocado, Swiss chard, or bananas to support mitochondrial function. I have a step-by-step easy to follow E-Function cookbook that also gives you a 30-day meal plan to reset your erectile function. Next, you can also use your E-Function smoothie recipes to boost magnesium and those other core nutrients. This doesn't have to be difficult because those nutrients are necessary for keeping your mitochondria supported, energized, and that stamina up. The next step in shredding the belly fat and getting rid of that puda by improving mitochondrial function is you have to reduce your stress. Listen, get the stress under control and you will immediately reduce cortisol levels, that stress hormone, and begin to protect your precious mitochondria. Animal and human studies show that long-term cortisol exposure, long-term stress, can lead to the shrinkage of precious mitochondria, energy depletion, and even cell death, especially in the area of the brain responsible for memories, for cementing memories, an area called the hippocampus. So that's why you get that brain fog. So stress doesn't just make you feel mentally burned out, it physically burns out your energy factories. Next, focus breathing. During stressful situations, pushing stressful people to the sidelines, and take time for yourself. Listen, go get a massage. You deserve it. The next thing is get out early into that sunlight for a mitochondrial boost. Morning sunlight resets your circadian rhythm. It boosts those mitochondrial enzymes and energy production. And I want you to aim for 10 to 15 minutes of unfiltered light. Take those sunglasses off within an hour of waking up. So we're discussing the simple step-by-step strategy to quickly shred your puda, that puffy upper D area, and your belly fat, without really spending hours at the gym. Now that you know how to accomplish the first step, which is mitochondrial repair, let's go to step 2. I want you to ditch the restrictive diets. Yes. Now I know you may have tried the carnivore diet and the vegan diet and the blah blah diet and an extreme version of keto where you just eat meat. But while you're trying to get your sexy on, these diets lack the balance and the variety that your body craves. You may lose some weight, sure, but you may also lose your erection in the process, because when you restrict certain foods from your diet, you create deficiencies in key vitamins and minerals that your body needs to make testosterone, to make nitric oxide, and to stay balanced and to stay healthy. So these restrictive diets have you feeling good for a short period of time, but then you start to notice the decrease in stamina, energy, force, and erection health. So let's fix it. Shift your plate towards vibrantly colored fruits and vegetables, especially dark leafy greens, because of that magnesium. Citrus and berries, they've got the vitamin C, and legumes, they've got B vitamins. It's a lot to calculate, I know, but variety keeps you full of stamina. Eat the rainbow or drink the rainbow. Next, cut down on the vices. If you have a sweet tooth, cut down on it. Alcohol, you don't need a beer or libations every single day. Delay your gratifications and cut out fast foods that are processed, because these deplete your micronutrients, those nutrients you need. So if you feel burnt out and your doctor says everything is normal and you still feel less like yourself than you ever have, consider functional lab testing for nutrient status. These blood tests can tell you and look directly into your cells and tell you what's happening in there. And if you must be on one of these diets, these restrictive diets, take vitamins and supplements while you're doing them in order to supplement what you're missing by being on them. Then after you reach your goal, like your weight goal, shift to a balanced diet like the Mediterranean diet, which by the way, men following the Mediterranean diet plan statistically have the least issues with ED. They stay stiff into their 80s naturally. And the Mediterranean diet is actually the foundation of my new E-Function cookbook that has, up until recently, only been available to our private zone members. Now listen, as we make our way to step 3, I want to remind you that when you shred that belly and the puda, you will increase your length and decrease your erectile issues. As your belly shrinks, your eel will grow because the fat no longer hides the base. So next, You have to boost your nitric oxide levels. By the time you hit 40, your body's natural ability to make nitric oxide within the blood vessels actually declines close to 50% of what it was in your 20s. In fact, by the time you turn 60, your blood vessels have lost 80% of their ability to make nitric oxide in your blood vessels. Wow, right? To lose the belly weight fast, you need to boost nitric oxide production. Get your body on track because nitric oxide acts like a fat-burning traffic cop. It directs blood, oxygen, and energy where it needs to go. And it helps your body respond better to insulin. So it lowers insulin resistance. It helps the body use fat for fuel instead of storing it. And nitric oxide helps balance stress and hormones. So without it, your belly fat tends to stick around like an unwelcome guest who just won't leave. They just drink it too much. But when nitric oxide levels go up, your metabolism wakes up and that belly starts to shrink. So recipes from my eFunction cookbook, or drink some of my eFunction smoothie recipes. Yes, eFunction smoothie recipes are making it hard week for so many men worldwide. And so try my free erection smoothie first. If you don't believe the hype, then come back here and thank me. All right. Nitrate-rich vegetables like beets, arugula, spinach, greens, pomegranate. All of these can lead to an increase in nitric oxide and boost your stamina and your energy almost immediately. You don't have to live at the gym. Actually, you just need to move more. Light activity that keeps the heart rate steady, it will stimulate your blood vessels, creating shearing forces that make more nitric oxide. Brisk walks, arm swings, they can get you there. Next, tape your mouth shut at night. Yes, I said it. Mouth breathing actually decreases the amount of nitric oxide you have available. Nose breathing, however, is one of the most powerful ways that you can boost nitric oxide levels. Do it at night by forcing yourself to keep your mouth shut. You'll wake up feeling revived, energized. Listen, in this next one, I want my brothers to lean in on this one. Stop using mouthwash. This is real. It kills the good bacteria you need on your tongue to create nitric oxide. Instead, try tongue scraping or a probiotic for your mouth if you have really bad breath. Next, take a nitrate-based supplement to boost nitric oxide. Listen, don't fall for the L-arginine marketing because L-arginine works immediately, but it can make you sick in the long run. The nitric oxide boosting supplement that I recommend is pinned in the comments below. Now, to recap, the 3 steps to shred the belly fat, shrink the puda, which is that pudgy upper D area, and grow your size without going to the gym are: first, you want to recharge your cells by recharging and repairing your mitochondria. 2, you want to ditch the restrictive dieting. And 3, you want to boost nitric oxide naturally. Listen, every week is hard week here on my channel with the goal to get over 10 million men hard for free. So make sure you head to eage.me and get your erection age and go back from time to time. Check and watch yourself age in reverse in that area. Recalculate and subscribe to continue to learn how to get it done. Let's shred the belly fat, shrink the puda, and grow the D with more stamina and more energy. Let's go. I'm Dr. Rachael. I love you. And boom, I'm out.